Hey guys, so for today's video I'm going to be doing a tag video. I haven't done one of these in a while. Jesse the Reader just posted this video of this tag and it looked fun, so I decided to do it, and that is the rapid fire book tag. So it's a few questions that you're supposed to answer like really quick. I don't know how well that's gonna go, but let's see. Ebook or physical book? Physical book all the way. I have never owned an e-reader or anything. I have read one book on iBooks maybe, but there's nothing better than holding a physical copy of a book in your hands, obviously. Paperback or hardback? Hardback. I know they're more expensive, so that's why I love buying them from Book Outlet. Online or in-store shopping? I love in-store shopping when I'm with my friend Christine. Christine and I at the bookstore is literally dangerous. I will insert a picture of her right here for the last time that we went to Barnes & Noble. Yeah, just look at the picture. It's pretty self-explanatory. The two books on top are the ones that she wasn't buying, and the big stack underneath is the one she was buying. When we go to the bookstore, she just picks up random books, and by the time the end of our trip, I was holding her books last time. She was making me hold books for her. But I do prefer online shopping because, like I just said, Book Outlet, you can buy books for so much cheaper and they're in great condition. So I think I prefer online book shopping, but I prefer in-store shopping when Christine's in town and we can go. Trilogies or series? I think I'm gonna have to go with, I don't know, because I have only read a few series and trilogies in my life. I have read the Selection series, which was so many books, and I read Anna and the French Kiss trilogy, which was 3 books. So I have read equal parts of them, so I'm just gonna go with both. Heroes or villains? This one I'm gonna have to go with, okay, I'm gonna go with heroes because everyone loves a hero, but then I'm gonna go with villains because I'm obsessed with Disney's Descendants, which is Maleficent, Cruella de Vil, Jafar, and the Evil Queen. Their children are considered villains because they're considered villains, and it's all about the heroes versus villains and all of that, so I guess both. I'm not very good at this so far. I've been answering both a lot. A book that you want everyone to read. This one was hard for me because I've been reading so many good books, and I don't know that one staple book that I want everyone to read, but I chose this book because I have 3 copies of it, and I guess I love it that much. I've only read it one time, but that is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I have recommended this to so many people. I love it. It's just a really, really good contemporary, and I suggest it to everyone. Rate an underrated book, and for this I'm gonna go with Even If the Sky Falls by Mia Garcia. I haven't heard anybody on BookTube talking about this, and it has been one of my most favorite books this year, and I love it so much, and I think it's underrated, and it needs to be read ASAP. So what is the last book that you finished? What is the last book that you bought? And the last 2 books that I bought, because I bought them in the same trip, so I bought them, you know, last together, is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, and oh, they're both huge, okay? And The Giver Quartet by Lois Lowry. Me and my friend Christine found these at this book at Books A Million for like $10 when it's like originally $30, and it's all of the Giver books in one. So it has The Giver, Gathering Blue, Messenger, and Sun, and I so much enjoyed The Giver. I never got around to reading any of the other books, so if I ever want to finish this series, this quartet, and read the rest, I can now. And also, can we just, it's so pretty. Like, why would you not buy this? It's $10. And then the other one that I talked about was A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I only bought this because it was signed. I don't own the first copy, but I do want to read this series, so whenever I do get the first book and I read that, this will come in handy. But I could not pass it up because it is a signed first edition, and I saw it back in May whenever I was finishing college, and I honestly, my right hand is up. I have been thinking about not buying that book since I finished college this past year, so when I went back to that bookstore and I saw they still had copies that were signed, I picked it up. Weirdest thing you used as a bookmark? I don't know, because I mainly use normal bookmarks. Maybe the weirdest thing was like a piece of paper that was on my counter, and like it was like a postcard from the mail or something. I don't use weird bookmarks. Used books, yes or no? Yes. Whenever I go to the library and there's the shelf of books that they're selling for like 25 cents, you know, they're usually used books, and if they're in good enough condition and I want to read the book, I will pick it up. Book Outlet, I'm pretty sure those are like used books, or they come from somewhere. I don't know where the books from Book Outlet come from, but they're probably used books. Yeah, used books all the way. I mean, I love my new books, as you can tell, but if I can get a book that I've been looking for in hard copy for a long time and it's really, really cheap, I'll buy it used. Top 3 genres. Contemporary for sure, and I think dystopia is the one that I'm looking for. It's like whenever it's your world, but like an altered version of your world, not a completely made up world. I really like that, and I'm just gonna make up a third genre and call it Romeo and Juliet, because I like books that are Romeo and Juliet themed and are like rewritten Romeo and Juliet. So that's my top 3 genres. Yay! Borrow or buy? I prefer buying my books because if I really enjoy the book, I want to keep it. Like, I'm not going to give it back to you. But if you want to borrow a book from me, there's only certain ones that I will let you borrow. So like my selection series, my whole entire series is signed, but I have a copy of the first book and the last book that I would let people borrow. Same with Cinder and Fangirl. So I have multiple copies of books that I'll let people borrow that I won't like cry if I don't get them back, but I prefer to buy my books. Characters or plot? This one is kind of a both for me again, because I really love really good characters, but if the plot is going nowhere and it's like really boring, I'm not going to want to read the book. So it has to be both. It has to have good characters and a good plot. I'm sorry I'm answering both for a lot of these, but it's the truth. Long or short books? I'm gonna have to say short books because long books really intimidate me and take me a really long time to read. So if I read a bunch of short books, obviously I will get through more books and read more that year or something, but longer books take me longer and they kind of like mentally I freak out about them. I don't know why, but most of the books that I have buying recently have been huge books. So again, it's both, but I prefer to read a short book. Long chapters or short chapters? I definitely prefer short chapters. If I'm reading a book that has long chapters, like the book I'm reading right now, kind of I lose my interest because like I like to have that start and stopping point of the chapters. It makes me feel like I'm reading the book faster, whereas long chapters I feel like I'm getting nowheres, and it's really frustrating to me. Name the first 3 books that you think of. Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, The Selection by Kiera Cass, and The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. Books that made me laugh or cry. The Lunar Chronicle series, I did laugh and cry for those, so I'm gonna have to go with the Lunar Chronicle series for that one. Our World or Fictional Worlds? Fictional Worlds, obviously, but like I like it when it's a fictional story that's set in our world. Those are my favorite types of books, but if it's something like the Selection series where they just alter our world, or like the Lunar Chronicle series where she altered our world but then she had this fictional world on the moon, that was awesome. So that one's both as well. Audiobooks, yes or no? I have only listened to one audiobook, and that was for summer reading when I was having such a hard time finishing this book. I could not go on with it because it was so boring to me, so I just listened to the book. I cannot tell you what the book was even about. It had something to do with sharks, I think. I don't even know. But I would have to say no for audiobooks because I just don't have an interest in listening to my books, because for me to listen to a book, I'd have to really pay attention to it, because I know a lot of people, like, they drive while they listen to their books. How can you do that? I can't do that. So I'm gonna have to say no for audiobooks. Do you ever judge a book by its cover? Yes, all the time. All the time I judge books by their covers. But if a cover is very pretty, I will judge it by its cover and then I will read what it's about. Okay, I'm not a person who will just buy a book because it's pretty. If it sounds good and it's pretty, I will most likely buy it. Book to movie or book to TV adaptations? I would have to say book to movie. I have not seen many book to TV adaptations. I know Pretty Little Liars and More Instruments series was TV adaptations, but I don't really watch TV show adaptations from like books to TV shows, so I have to say book to movie. What is a movie or TV show that you preferred to its book? So for this one, I'm gonna have to go with The Martian by Andy Weir. Granted, I have never completely read the book of The Martian. I have only just watched the complete movie, but I did start reading the book and it was harder to read for me because of all the chemistry and the math and science in the book, and that's harder for me to read than to watch it and listen to it, so I'm gonna have to go with The Martian by Andy Weir. And the last question is series or standalones? I'm gonna have to go with standalones. I have noticed that I read more standalones than series because, like with the Lunar Chronicle series, I have one more book left to go in that series, and that is Winter. And being in a world for so long in a series, I lose my interest in it. So that's my current struggle with the Lunar Chronicle series, is I didn't lose interest, I was just getting tired and bored of that world, so to say, but I love the characters. I will finish that series, will finish it really soon. Christine told me it was awesome and I need to finish it. That didn't happen with me for the Selection series though. I breezed through that series. I didn't get bored of it. I had to wait a whole year for the last book, but I didn't get bored with that one, so I'm gonna have to go with standalones for this one. So that was my rapid fire book tag for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below with your answers, or if you would like to make a video and reply to my video with your video, that would be awesome. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!